You feel isolated, you feel alone. You used to be a fun person, you used to go out and do lots of things, you used to have lots of friends, but at some point you started to become isolated from others, and it wasn't a conscious decision, it was subconscious, and it just happens slowly over time, and it usually happens for a reason that I'm going to list 4 reasons that it could happen, but it's usually some kind of big event in our lives that causes us to feel anxiety, shame, depression, fear, nerves, whatever it is. And it's tough to get back out there around other people. It's tough to push yourself, but I'm going to give you some baby steps that you can take to get back out there around other people. So if you've been isolated, let me know if it's one of these 4 reasons that have happened to you. So you've had a big life change, like maybe a move or a marriage, a divorce, a new job, illness. Weight gain can even make us isolate ourselves because we don't feel good about how we look. Maybe having an empty nest, not having your kids at home, you're not used to the quietness, and you have spent so much time on your kids that now you're feeling isolated because you haven't put enough time into yourself and making friends for yourself. Another thing that can cause us to become isolated is a big trauma in our lives, like that divorce or like the end of a relationship. It could be a financial loss. It could be a fight with a family member or a friend, a weather event like a hurricane, tornado, freeze, anything like that, fire, a crime event. So any kind of big trauma in your life can cause you to begin to isolate yourself because of that fear, anxiety, depression, shame. Number 3, not living your passion. So if you're in a job that you just hate, or you are living in an area that you dislike, I was reading the book by Lisa Bilyeu. It's called Radical Confidence, and she calls it the purgatory of the mundane. So if you've let your life get into the purgatory of the mundane, then you might have isolated yourself from others just because you're going through the motions of life and you're not living your dreams and your passion. Number 4, you have a narcissistic or toxic person in your life that's causing you lots of stress, draining your energy. That can make you have trouble setting and sticking to boundaries, and that can make you isolate yourself. And some of these 4 things can blend and overlap. So, if you recognize one event in several of these 4 categories, then that's okay too. They do overlap. And the funny thing about it is the cure is just the thing that you're avoiding. It's getting around other people that can give you that love and support that you've been missing. So take the first step. And I'll tell you a couple times that I have isolated myself. One was when our home flooded in Hurricane Harvey. We had, it was so much turmoil because I have a 1-story house. So every room in our house was touched by this flood, and we had to tear out sheetrock and furniture and doors and everything. We had to repaint everything. We had to get contractors, and the thing is that the whole city flooded, so we would hire a contractor and they would come for a while, and then they would have a bigger job show up and they would take off and just disappear and never come back. Luckily, we didn't ever lose any money because we never paid up front. But, you know, it was really stressful because you would want to get somebody that was going to stick around. And we would go months without hearing from anybody. So that just, you know, I just didn't have the energy to be around friends that much. I did, you know, get around them some, but, you know, it's just so much going on in my mind that I couldn't think about it. Another was when I got divorced years ago. Most of my friends were married, my neighbors and all the friends that I hung around. So I just really, like, you know, they were having family time and my kids would be off with their father, and I really just felt isolated during that time. So it took me a while to get out and meet some other people and, you know, feel comfortable again. Just the stress and anxiety that causes also, it just makes you not want to be around people, not because people aren't wonderful, but even just handling their emotions was difficult, even when they're happy, because, you know, my emotions were so big and they were causing me so much stress. So I do have some ideas for you on the ways that I was able to get out of that isolation. Some of my clients, these are the things I advise them to do as well. Find a coach or a therapist, because, and especially the coach or therapist needs to have experience in whatever it is that you're struggling with. So, like, it doesn't necessarily need to be a hurricane, but they need to have some experience with trauma. If you are wanting to lose weight, you know, find a coach or therapist that has experience with helping people lose weight. If you are struggling with a difficult relationship, find a coach or therapist that deals with relationship problems. You know, whatever it is, make sure they're experienced in that area. And then another option is to go to a 12-step program. There are several 12-step programs. There's one for codependence, children of alcoholics. Let's see, what is it called? Something about adult children of alcoholics. So there's all kinds. Look into those. They're great because you go in and you feel really supported by the other people there because they have similar feelings and ideas and they can give you support. Get back in touch with some of your old friends. You know, you may be thinking, well, I haven't spoken to this person in so long. It's going to be weird if I reach out to them. But they may be feeling the same way. They may be feeling isolated too. They may be missing you. They may love to hear from you, and have an opportunity to visit with you. So, you know, go to lunch, get coffee or tea, or, you know, if that feels like too much, just send a quick text, a voice message, give them a call. And then also you can make new friends that are dealing with some of the same things you're dealing with, or friends that have some of the same interests that you have. And last week I shared a bunch of ideas of different things you can do to get out there and meet new people. I gave a whole list. So go back and check that video. I'll link it in the show notes. And if you just can't seem to get out there right now, it just feels too big, too hard, then practice self-care. You know, always go back to self-care, more self-care, because that's what's going to make you feel good about yourself and feel good in your body. And then you're going to be more willing to want to go out and get the love and support from others. So that's like eating healthy, making sure you're getting plenty of sleep, exercise, meditate, pray, all those things that make you feel really good. Play with your pets, whatever it is. And then if you are looking for more support, I help empaths that are dealing with chronic symptoms, difficult relationships in their life, whether that's with family members or children, spouses, whatever. So if you are interested in that, I will put a link for my one-on-one coaching. And let's see, I guess that's it. So I wanted to share an oil that I was looking at that I love doTERRA essential oils, so I usually share one at the end of my videos. And this week I'm going to share Cheer Touch. And this one is really good for when you're feeling heavy-hearted, experiencing many trials, and it helps you feel hopeful, comforted, and uplifted. So I'm sharing that details from this book. It's called Essential Emotions, and you can find it on Amazon or at oillife.com. And it gives you each oil and the emotional properties, because all of the oils have health benefits, but they also have emotional benefits. So that's one of the reasons that I really love essential oils. This one in particular has wild orange, clove, star anise, lemon, nutmeg, vanilla, ginger, and cinnamon. So it smells really good. You can put it on your wrist or your pulse points, the back of your neck, your feet. One caveat though, don't put it anywhere where it's going to be exposed to sunlight, because it could cause a, what do they call that? There's a name that they call it, like margarita burn or something like that, because citrus oils are photosensitive, so they will burn your skin if they are in the sun. So thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you again. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and check out my links for more support. Thank you. Bye.